Welcome to The Real Review, sponsored by Parametric and Lazy Ape Studios, where you get some of the latest happenings, real thoughts, and perspectives in the world of film and television. This is our Coming Soon and News segment, and this is where we cover all the coming soon films that are going to be releasing within the next few days or so. Right, Matthew?
You're totally right.
I'm totally right about this. And we're going to be covering one film in particular here that I'm absolutely super duper psyched and excited to talk about, which is Captain Underpants.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Now, we've got a big one coming out this weekend, right, man?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, it's Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, for sure.
Which is just Wonder Woman. There's no anything else to it, just Wonder Woman. So, yeah, nothing.
It's not like Wonder Woman, the first Justice Leaguer.
Exactly, which a lot of times we do that. And it's like the colon, this is happening thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not that. But so we got Wonder Woman coming out, and it's already getting some pretty good reviews there. The embargo dropped this evening on some of the reviews, and Matt, you've been anxiously looking at it and checking it out.
I've been refreshing it because the embargo dropped officially almost 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
And you guys... It's happening.
It's happening. Matt is making the prediction that this will be the first one by DC that will get a certified fresh.
This is going to be, and this I've been saying this is going to be the first DCEU film. This is technically only the fourth one, so they still have a lot of time to do other ones. But this is going to be the first one that's critically praised. Yeah. And universally liked.
It's going well.
It's at 95% right now.
It's pretty rocking. That's pretty awesome.
So that's only out of 42 reviews. 43 reviews, so we got 41 fresh reviews.
So we're going to talk about that one, though, and we're actually going to talk about the other one that I mentioned jokingly, but it's Captain Underpants, which this one has a colon.
Yes.
Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. So we're going to talk about that. Matt, why don't you give the listeners, our podcast listeners here, some quick ways to get connected, though, to the podcast?
Absolutely. Go to our website. So we got a website, realreviewmedia.com. You can go there. You can check us out what's going on there. You can also connect to our social media universe, social media shared universe. I think we're going to call it the social media dark universe.
No.
Okay. So we're not.
Maybe. It depends on how successful that universe is. I don't know.
So you can go to facebook.com/realreviewmedia, or you can go to Twitter and Instagram @realreviewmedia. Find us there. And then also email us. Let us know what's going on. Let us know if you want us to talk about something specifically, or if you just want to tell us about your day and what your order is at Starbucks. I don't know. You can email us at realreviewmedia@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And that's how you can do that.
It was funny because you said that we're going to call it the dark universe, and I was itching my ear. And so I kind of heard it, and I just nope. I didn't even I wasn't even paying attention. I just knew
dark
to deny
universe.
that. Just kidding.
Shared media, social, dark universe.
Yes, it's dark because it's already dying. It's going into the darkness.
It's dark because it's 10:50 p.m.
There you go. It's pretty late here. So, with that then, let's get into it, Matt, before you pass out on us here.
Yeah, no, we're totally good.
Cool. So, let's get started with Wonder Woman. So, Wonder Woman is releasing this weekend, and the synopsis for this is, before she was Wonder Woman, she was Diana, Princess of the Amazon, trained warrior. When a pilot crashes and tells of conflict out in the outside world, she leaves her home to fight a war to end all wars, discovering her full powers and true destiny. It stars Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, and Robin Wright. Bunch of other folks, but those are kind of like the big ones there. And it's being directed by Patty Jenkins as well. So, Matt, why don't you tell us a little bit about your thoughts, excitements, goods, bads for this film?
So I've been saying this for a little bit now. If you've heard anything, whether it be Hugh or even on Freak Show Radio, I've been pretty high on this movie. I think, and I haven't seen it yet, but I've been saying I think this is going to be the first one that does it. Yeah. And it's so far it's happening. It is happening, and I'm excited. But I have to temper my my excitement levels. Because
a little.
Because I don't want to go into a movie extremely pumped and then just to be let down. So I'm gonna go in. I'm excited now. I'm gonna go in and see it this week, and then we'll bring it back on the following episode to talk about it. Yeah. But I think it looks good. I think the action looks pretty awesome. I like the origin story, and I think the one thing that this has going for it is it's not having to be confused in the modern timeline of the same world that's happening with Batman v Superman, with Suicide Squad, with Man of Steel. It's so far removed from that back in World War I that I feel like it doesn't have to like play to any of these other stories that
can
are
exist
happening.
within its own timeline in a way, in its own world.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably one of the things that's working for it.
Yeah, there are some minor tie-ins. I saw like the photo, like that we got with Batman v Superman, like
Right.
that, Batman finds that photo of her and
He finds everything on that computer.
Exactly. He does. Yeah. So, I mean, there is some tie in there, but I think that's very minor. I'd say one of the things that's most exciting about this, I think Gal, she looks amazing in the role.
Yeah.
I think she really fits this character well, and she's got a sense of like grace and like strength and power, but also like a sense of like not having everything completely put together. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like she's still fresh at this. She's still new at this. She has some like almost like a sadness that's like in her eyes in a weird way, which is hard to explain. I don't know if she's emoting that on purpose or if that just comes from like, how she looks, but that's kind of how it's coming across to me. But there's some good things about it. I would say generally I would be more scared of this because of sort of the writing / directing crew. You have a writer behind this who, Alan Heinberg, who's really only done up to this point a lot of television, Gilmore Girls, Grey's Anatomy, OC. So that's kind of scary to me that this is a person that's taking on a script that's kind of like head and shoulders, probably like one of the biggest ones. And then you also have the director, but she did direct Monster. That's pretty well-respected film there, and she also directed The Killing, which I think that's actually that might be the TV show.
Which I liked.
Yeah.
The Killing was pretty good.
Right. And so, but I'm excited to give them a shot and give them a try for it and kind of see what they're going for. And again, I do think the casting is really rock solid. And I think one of the things as well that I really like about it is they're not going for the Zack Snyder effect.
Right.
They're not going for like the epic music video type over the top slow-mo shots and scenes, which they are using slow motion in this.
Yeah.
Like I've seen it be used in like the preview and everything like that. But they're not going for just kind of that ridiculous, like over the top, like
Right.
this is the most epic thing ever. So I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see them kind of reaching in a different direction with it. And even if we just get kind of a straightforward, like get into the world of like Wonder Woman type movie, I'd be totally fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fully kind of anticipating after this movie to be looking forward to other Wonder Woman films, other just anything that will have her in
It'll
it.
be weird to be looking forward to her probably more than I am to the Batman sequel or to a Superman
Isn't
sequel.
that weird? Yeah, that would be weird.
Just not because I feel like she's a bad character. It's just that as of yet, she hasn't been around a lot.
We live in an age where we've been treated to some really spectacular Batman movies.
Absolutely, yeah. And the original Supermans,
Right.
the first two at least, you know, the since then. Just,
but so I'm really pumped for this. If I had to rate my excitement, I'd give it a 9.
9, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm tempering mine a little bit. I think just for some of the reasons I mentioned with some of the writing and stuff. So I'm putting this closer to like maybe like an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
But it's still pretty high. I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep my expectations low because I was recently really hit hard by Alien.
Oh yeah.
That was my one that I was super expectant for it, but it just didn't do great things. So cool. So then with that being said, why don't we move on to another movie that we're going to be talking about today, which is Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. This is actually based on a book series by the same name.
Excited.
So excited. Oh my gosh. Captain Underpants. The synopsis for this one is 2 overly imaginative pranksters named George and Harold hypnotize their principal into thinking he's a ridiculously enthusiastic, incredibly dim-witted superhero named Captain Underpants. It stars the voice acting of Kevin Hart, Tom Middleditch, and Ed Helms, and then it's also being directed by David Soren. I want to hear your thoughts on this, and you might not have a lot, but this one does still have a embargo on reviews for it, so this might be a bad sign,
guys.
Yeah, one of the things that I would say is the writer for it is really not someone I'm excited to see in a way with his movies. We have Nicholas Stoller. He's the guy that wrote Neighbors, Yes Man, Get Him to the Greek, Storks, Zoolander 2, which was just really bad, Neighbors 2, which was really bad. He's the writer for that. You know, that as far as the directing goes with David Soren, he's, I don't know, probably not the greatest as well, I would say, in that regard. Probably the one of the biggest hits against him would be Turbo. I mean, that's like the biggest thing that he's directed.
Okay. Animated.
Yeah, for an animated film.
Snail one,
which I never really saw, but I didn't hear anything, yay or nay. Kind of.
I think I saw it one time. It was on Netflix for a minute.
This kind of looks like a very straightforward, kind of silly kids comedy.
Yeah.
I do really like. I mean, I'm a big fan of Kevin Hart and Ed Helms. I like both of them as far as like voice acting and acting goes. So I'm kind of excited to see what they can bring to the table.
I'm excited to see how many times Ed Helms starts singing his lines and adds "dews" in there.
We'll see. I don't know if he's gonna do that too much. Yeah, but
I didn't ever read the book, so seriously, so I don't really know much about the property to begin with. And I mean, there are some elements that look kind of interesting, like these really like over imaginative kids, and kind of how they're having fun with that, but also use that in a way to project like this onto this person.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like Thomas Middleditch too. I should say he's in Silicon Valley, and I enjoyed that show. I think it can be pretty funny at times. But with this kind of a movie, it's like you don't know if they've given them a lot of license to kind of like. Kevin Hart would be funny because of his ability to maybe just say what he thinks is funny and just kind of like wing it and do his own thing. But if it's all scripted, then maybe that's not going to be the case. But I do like his voice acting most of the time. I thought he was like the best parts of the Pets movie. Like his voice acting was like the best part of that movie, so I think he could do a good job with it. I think I agree with you. I like it in the idea of like it's a kind of opens it up to be the very creative kind of create your own world type adventure for the kids. And I enjoy some types of movies like that. Sometimes it goes a little bit too far, but yeah, I'm all good. Yeah. What would you say on an excitement level?
5.
5. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'd probably put it right around the same area. Probably about a 5, 4.5 to 5 out of 10, kind of in the same area. So cool. So with that, I think that's pretty much actually all we're going to be talking about. There wasn't really a lot of news that kind of came out this week, but
not a lot.
But yeah, we'll be doing a really awesome review next week of at least Wonder Woman. I'm hoping maybe I can get to Captain Underpants.
Yeah. Hey.
At some points.
Hey, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Somehow.
have a doubleheader showing there. So, but I just want to remind you again. Then here at the end of the podcast, some ways to get connected to us. You can find us on our website, which is realreviewmedia.com. You sign up for our newsletter and get connected to what's going on there. We also have our Facebook, which is facebook.com/realreviewmedia, and we have a Twitter and our Instagram, which is @realreviewmedia. And then I'd love to hear your thoughts, love to hear your perspectives. I'd definitely love to hear, if you get a chance to see either of those movies, especially Wonder Woman, what your thoughts are on it. And you can email us at realreviewmedia@gmail.com.
Totally.
Yeah. So Matt, any further things for us?
Do you think they're planning a Wonder Woman Captain Underpants crossover at any point?
I don't know who would be. No, animated Wonder Woman sort of. I'm actually really, and we didn't talk about this. They haven't shown this in the preview and the trailer, and I don't think they will. But I'm wondering. We have the Lasso of Truth. We have the armbands. I forget what they're called. She may have a name for those. I forget. But we don't have the invisible plane. I'm wondering if we're going to get the invisible plane in the Wonder Woman movie, because that was always such a ridiculously hilarious funny part of the television show. I don't know if you ever watched the television show. I've watched a few episodes of it, but she was always just literally sitting there, and then it was I don't even know what it would be, the time period, like a blue screen effect. Mm-hmm. And it was really, even when I was a kid, I recognized how silly that looked. And so I'm hoping they have that, They have a really funny spoof on that, I think, in Family Guy, where somebody's using the bathroom in the jet, and you can pretty much see the whole thing. So I don't know. I think it's her. I think it's actually her.
Yeah, I think it'd be one of those things, because I don't know. They don't look like the Amazonians at that point in time, at least have that technology.
Yeah.
But I will say that it would be one of those things where I feel like it'd be whoever the comedy relief is keeps accidentally running into it, keeps knocking themselves out on the plane.
Yeah. It would be weird that they don't have it, but at the same time, it's a really ridiculous thing for her to have as somebody that's just in that era and in that place,
sitting there, and why is there a person?
They live on an island with zero technology but magical powers, but she somehow has an invisible jet. Right. Yeah, that would be a little bit
exactly.
So, yeah, awesome. So, well then, thanks for listening, and it's been real.
It's been real.